So what we're going to do here is called a kettlebell windmill. Elbow facing the front of the room, shoulder externally rotated, and then we're going to twist, come down to the midline, pushing back up into that shoulder as we come back up. The more you kind of do these and the more that you get used to it, the less reps you kind of need to do. And kind of just gauge how you're feeling on the day. If you're feeling nice and stable, then you can obviously just get away with a few reps. Don't worry about wasting half an hour warming up. But then, if you've kind of been sitting still for a while, you haven't really used your shoulders that well for quite a while, then you might want to do a little bit more reps before going into any working sets. Then I usually move into a kettlebell bottoms up press. So having that elbow facing forward, driving up. On the descend, you bring the elbow forward first, and then bring the kettlebell down. Now if you can't manage a kettlebell, you can start with a dumbbell as a regression, and then progress into the kettlebell, which is going to be a little bit more unstable. The reason that we use cuffs is to reduce torque at the elbow and shoulder. You'll see a lot of people lean away from the cable, and that's to bias the length and position of the delt. By simply setting the cable up a little bit higher, we can still bias that length and range, but in an upright position, which is going to be more stable. The common mistake that I see is that people set this bench up to a 90-degree angle. If you can't externally rotate to 90 degrees with your shoulder, then you have no business pressing here. What I want you to do is kind of set that bench up maybe like 10-15 degrees lower, which is going to put our scapula in a more stable position. By doing so, we're also able to increase intensity, and we limit our risk of running into injuries later on down the track. Okay, so with the pull down, what we're looking for is making sure that we're keeping the sternum up, pulling towards that clavicle line, and making sure that we don't have swaying back and forth of the torso. Okay, so in the single arm cable row, what we want to do is line ourselves up with the directional pull. So what I'm going to do is put my foot against here, shift over, so that when I'm pulling with my right arm, I've got that cable directly in line with the lat, keeping a slightly supinated grip, pulling down towards the hip, and then slowly wrapping around the rib cage. The line cable lateral raise. The reason that we're using cables here is so that we can get a consistent resistance profile throughout the movement. When I'm going up, I'm focused on elevating my shoulder and pulling everything up, moving nice and slow, keeping constant tension through both the concentric and eccentric portions of the movement.